Colin Kaepernick talked Nike out of releasing their Betsy Ross flag sneakers because the flag for him is connected to slavery, despite him getting a $1 million sneaker endorsement deal for never having to lace up his Nike cleats on the gridiron ever again. Not that any NFL team owner was ever trying to force a meeting with Kaepernick in the first place, nor do I recall any NFL owner ever insisting Kaepernick work for free as an intern for CNN as Linda Sarsour's go-to fluffer. Can I get a holla for an independent fake news throw Kaepernick blast for the ages? Holla! Another reason Obama ruined everything. We can't celebrate Independence Day weekend to the fullest, knowing Nike bowed to Colin Kaepernick's demand to pull their Betsy Ross themed shoe because they confused him for Obama with talent many eons ago. Can I get a already raising the roof holla for my Trumpian support nation? Holla! How did Colin Kaepernick amass enough leverage within the Nike Corporation to cock-block their new line of Betsy Ross sneakers? Is he on the board of directors now? A co-producer on anything Obama does for Netflix? Threatening to out MJ as a Republican? At what point does the CEO of Nike decide, fuck the Betsy Ross flag sneaker? Kaepernick connects the flag with slavery, and he's Generation Z's answer to Cornel West. He's only half black, so he has a bigger race car part to play. What's the new Nike campaign slogan these days? Pledge your allegiance to Antifa? Just do what Soros wants? Knee Uncle Sam in the nuts again and again. Colin Kaepernick talked Nike out of releasing their Betsy Ross flag sneakers because biracial adopted NFL busts connect the flag with slavery, despite being paid the biggest unemployment check in NFL history. Can I get a holla for my prophetic, legendary, colossal, more than earned dumpage on fake news throw and Nike in the process? Holla! This is James Dolan. He owns the Knicks. James Dolan blaming AOC on scaring away Durant from Manhattan. She's scared Amazon away from Queens. Those chompers didn't do her any good. I think she would bite off my appendage between my legs, knowing how much speed that bitch is cranked up on. I'm having way too much fun today, people. So, and again, just entertain me. I'm still James Dolan. Also, I know he's not funny, and people write his material, meaning his 2-second speeches for him. Also, can we start blaming New York City's loser repellent culture on de Blasio instead of me for a change? I don't incite race wars against cops. Charles Oakley doesn't count. Why did Durant choose to play in Lena Dunham country over Midtown East? Because Herald Square by the Garden is considered cheesy, old, and decrepit, like op-ed writers for the New York Times. Plus, it offers the cheapest, least sexy office spaces available for IT staff agencies on a shoestring budget. Memo to Stephen A. Smith. Now, you pine for KP? Only when pipe cleaner arm bolted for Brooklyn to become the NBA's voice for the millennial Mouseketeer generation. Has Jay-Z paid crack baby reparations yet? Why don't you ask your boy Hart? Lena Dunham country is so coy hot right now. In the end, Durant chose Lena Dunham country over Madison Square Garden because Ed Burns' cameo in Entourage didn't inspire him the way Uni pulling the trigger from way downtown like a Japanese anime cartoon come to life. The U.S. is just okay, New York Times. Actually, it's horrific knowing scumbag propagandist dirt rags like the New York Times receive a Pulitzer for reporting on Harvey Here Comes Weinstein 2 decades after the fact. You're less than shit. Not America, baby. USA! USA! Cal Penn Sunnyside may be NBC's best hope for the fall in 2019. Will de Blasio make affordable housing in Sunnyside available for Antifa? Does he provide immunity from aggravated assault by issuing a stand-down restraining order against the NYPD? Facebook is reconsidering nudity. I thought James L. Brooks was in desperate need of attention. What did women attending Gwyneth Paltrow's wellness summit think they get out of it? Vaginal health tips, such as refraining from barebacking with Ben Affleck? Free samples of guava goop mist for funky snatches in need of a rejuvenated expungement? What's the advertising slogan for guava goop mist exactly, Gwyneth? Your air of superiority awaits you. Can I get a holla for some A-list goopage material? Doesn't sound so dated. Holla! My new move now, whenever I score a laugh from my children in front of my stuck-up English mother-in-law, is to impersonate me drinking imaginary tea. My father-in-law wore a Man City shirt to our house for the 4th last year, so he can fuck his hurt feelings too. Memo to Piers Morgan. Alex Morgan's celebration was distasteful? Did she act out teabagging an albino stiff who made Larry King come off as a mesmerizing pair of suspenders with good posture for a change? Google doesn't manipulate search results? I Google my name, and a lawyer humorist, so-called, allegedly, receives top billing over me. I've written 2 books for TV, written for TV twice, done 220 plus blogs, 114 podcasts, 17 articles published in the Good Man Project, 5,000 plus contacts on LinkedIn, but the lawyer humorist from Carolina is more popular than me. Got it. Huh? I named my son. So today celebrates the anniversary of Jim Morrison's death. Died during the Magic 27. It's when Janis died. They call it the Magic 27. It's when Janis died, same year. So, same thing for Jimmy. And so did Kurt Cobain. So I named, then again, he didn't die. He blew his brains out. So it doesn't really apply. I named my son Arthur Morrison Kornbluth, which is a true story. Getting that Social Security card was a heavy metal high moment that I'll cherish forever. It couldn't look more momentous, badass. It was perfect. But yeah, but like I was being serious. So I did name my son Arthur Morrison Kornbluth just so my dad could say, Morrison isn't Jewish. Yeah, but it creates a flow to Kornbluth, Dad. Plus, Brooks as a middle name would have given my son the permission to be a Jewish pussy. And I host a Do It All Dad Year podcast and doing my best to raise children that are independent, who understand the fact that money equals freedom, who understand the fact that if someone fucks with them, they'll have the self-defense skills to make sure that they're not fucked with ever again. So, naming my son Arthur Brooks Kornbluth would mean that I did not make an effort to improve the Kornbluth DNA. And then at that point, that means I'm no better than my father. So, and I think it's the entire point of evolution is to, do better than what our parents did before us, because you have a greater canvas of life wisdom to draw from. So, my wife last night, she was showing me a hiking pic, and she said, "Told you my new work hippie nurse friend was hot," and I said, "Yeah, like her arms are jacked from either hiking a lot or giving plenty of hand jobs to her husband to take the edge off bad coke. Pretty sure Hunter Biden's expenditures on hookers and strippers proves he can afford the good stuff." This is the Do It All Dad Year podcast. Dad-friendly entertainment for you and me. What Gen X parents understand. Controlling our kids' economy can make our kids great again. If you're a real patriot, you don't have to be a real patriot. You know what? Let me rephrase that. All patriots, it's in your best interest to go into Kobo, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, whatever works for you, and buy Do It All Dad Does Jokes, okay? You will guaranteed make everyone enraged with jealousy by the poolside. People look at their phones, we're bored out of the freaking mind. I would know Gen X is responsible for the garbage heap the internet has become. Okay? No offense, Breitbart. Not making me laugh ever. I know, you hate everyone who works in Hollywood. I got it. Either you think Trump's done nothing for immigration or tried his best. I don't care. I'm so tired of reaching out to Breitbart. They act as if like there's any other comedian that is taking a creative chance, that is throwing their balls on in the line to showcase any semblance of a pro-Trumpian stance. Like, sorry, Rob Schneider doesn't really cut it when like your boys were Sandler and you live in the house that Sandler built. His own words. And like, who else is there? Who? Bill Maher? No. By the way, his production company is called Kid Love Productions. Yeah, but I'm sure he's got nothing to hide. And so, like, who else you got? Nick DiPaolo, yeah, wrote Apollo for him. Gave measured praise. He loved the Louis. He's doing his own thing now. I sent him some like tweet ages ago. He thought I was like insinuating that like he was busting Hillary's balls. I don't know where that came from. I love Nick. A little disappointed how he comes across in interviews. It's not the same. I don't know why he tenses. So much better on stage. Damn. Like, don't get me wrong. I have like a little like not a nervous twitch, but a little like freakish like eye glare, and he just does not seem comfortable during interviews. I don't know why, because I think he's super charismatic and pound for pound one of the greatest joke writers of his era by far. And if we're going to talk roasting ability, he's made me laugh more than Lisa Lampanelli. So it's really like him, Ross, and Geraldo. And yeah. And I'm going to say in like pure funny, I'm going to pick Nick over Greg, and Greg was hilarious. He was great. So then it's like Ross and Geraldo, but I mean, hanging out with Ross in person would just be, like the voice. I just hate that he's always like so low key. He's not high energy at all, and he would just bore the fuck out of me. And then it pisses me off that he knows Taekwondo, so he could easily kick my ass. Just give me a headbutt, I'd be done. But Jeff Ross is the funniest. I have that pack for sure. You got to give props where props is due. He's the roast master for a reason. And I do love the fact that DiPaolo. It makes me happy knowing that DiPaolo was able to embrace me a little bit, knowing that he likes to bust the Hebrews' balls, and him being an outsider and everything. There are not that many Italian New Yorker headliners. Yeah, like Mario Cantone, who's great. You had Pat Cooper back in the day, and Artie Lang. And then like the list ends there. Bobby Slayton gives the impression that he is like an Italian, just like every other Jewish New Yorker. but yeah, so yeah, Breitbart. Hey, assholes. I know your history. I know that you have Jewish editors. You were great defenders of Israel. So it should be in your best interest to celebrate America's new voice for the remote work revolution, who's constantly preaching how controlling our kids' economy can make our kids great again. And my 3 fuss-free, super sweet kids as a whole are living proof of it. A-list shadow banned material from beginning to end. Never been done before. Every other comedian saves the best stuff for the road. Well, we're not there just yet. So, innovate or die. So we innovated on the stay-at-home comedian dad front. And these are jokes you will not hear on Kimmel. Who else is going after Rapewood? Who else is going after Goodwill Hoodie? Who else is going after Unibrow Maddow? Who else is going after She, Michelle? Who else is going after Huma Liquor Breath with such relentless fury? With such consistently laugh yanker, A-list, super smart loaded, super inventive results? No one! Except Michael Kornbluth. And I'm talking about myself in the third person, okay? The Rock could do it, I could do it too. Because this material is phenomenal. So any agent that's listening out there, okay? Make your move. I'm ready. Barnstorming Barbershop USA. Let's go. Let's make history, okay? Trump is obviously winning again. It's just a matter of time. When you got 50,000 sealed indictments, people are bound to go to jail. I know it's happening. So make a choice. Are you going to promote a proud, Jewish, ball-busting New Yorker? Or are you just going to stay in your conservative groups with Michelle Macon and everybody and Mark Levine and act holier than thou and never exhibit any large-than-life hilarity? No? You want to go after Seth MacFarlane? Give me a shot. Bill Mitchell's not going to get the job done. Brendan Daly not getting the job done. I feel so gross right now for even mentioning those names. They do good, they care, they share good information, they're smart, they're articulate, but they're not funny. Ha ha. Not comedians. They haven't committed their lives to it. It's not what God put them on this earth. God put me on this earth. Bring people closer to Him. To be a truth slinger, joke man, slayer. And it all starts with these books. Do It All Dad does jokes. Controlling My Kids, a comedy. A love story. Love letters to my children. The beautiful opportunity God has graced me with as far as sticking it to the man, Robert Half, every other schmuck in a headset that never said I was funny. Well, it's all out there now. It's on the internet forever. And I'm going to keep on cracking out the books, and the best is yet to come. And again, I just want to thank Do It All Dad Nation, everyone on WordPress, all my followers on WordPress, all my comedy buddies on Twitter that have been miraculous. You have kept my comedic spirits afloat. You guys have provided me with more love than I could ever possibly conceive from more or less complete strangers. But obviously, you know, we've grown to love each other because I've spilled my soul and you've embraced it and you've seen my development and I know you're proud of me. I know you're happy for me, which is more than I can say for fake news friends from high school. But hey, I shouldn't act like this is a news flash now, but you hope. You hope deep down that certain friends that went to your wedding, that have said nice things, that saw you perform stand-up, you would hope. They say you got talent, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. But you hope that these people be like, awesome. You must be so excited. You're going to become rich. And when you do, invite me to the party. Now, where did I get these compliments from? From actual, real, Menchie compadres. Not from my fake news friends in high school. They could all go fuck themselves. Not that they even listen to this podcast, but I'm going to tell you right now. Go fuck yourself. Long time! It's not my fault you're talentless hacks. It's not my fault you never take a creative chance in your entire life. It's not my fault you don't scroll last 24/7. It's not my fault you don't have 3 beautiful, fuss-free, hilarious children. It's not my fault you don't have an amazing Australian wife from the land down under. That's a nurse. Sorry. You know? You had some middling success in sales and as a lawyer, whoop-de-do. You got 0 brand name recognition in life. 0 entity. But, you know, I know you feel cool through association. Or maybe you're just like, you know, waiting to watch me fuck up. I don't know. But I'm sorry, people. In life, you write 2 books and you get them out to the universe within 2 months that basically sums up your heart and soul ever since your lucky number 3 was born, and they didn't respond to a text. Off the list. Off the list. Nice knowing you. We had some nice memories, but I'm certainly past trying to give a shit about earning a favorable impression from you. Because in the end, I really just drank as much as I did to make your company more interesting. Why do you think I passed out so fucking much? But what's really amazing, you know, like this one guy, Eric Newman, you know, he's given me more lifelines than I could recall. And, you know, he's a great American success story. Like, worked in the military, you know, couldn't afford to go to college, got a job working for one of the Remington sister companies, staffing company. Learned how to cold call, work over his wits. Was like a total animal. Found his like own agencies. Made millions of dollars. And he was my like virtual boss owner when I was working in Century City in Los Angeles. And Newman was always great. Always encouraged my craft. Really special, folks, when you get have someone like that in your life who's basically seen me grow up. I mean, I've known him for my entire adult life. So we're talking, 20 plus years, which, in my opinion, is just more special than somebody you met in high school. Because in high school, you don't have a defined personality. I mean, you haven't taken any chances. Like, you haven't hustled for a living. You haven't cold called ever. I'm not saying you need to cold call in life to understand how life works, but it helps. Gives you gumption, helps solidify your guts. Definitely gives you an idea of, okay, well, I definitely don't want to do this the rest of my life, so what else am I going to do? So, and Newman knows that I've never given up. He knows I'm a fighter, and I love you, Eric Newman, for that effusive praise you gave me. He's the one that said, when you're famous, or when you're rich, invite me for the party. And stay cool. Again, perfect compliment. So, and then Larry, my other boss, same thing. He went off too. He was fantastic. Said, you're right, I've always been your biggest fan. He said some other nice stuff. But it was really a motive, for Larry. I'm not giving you exact verbiage, but I love Larry Zaroff. I love Eric Newman. My headhunting brothers in arms. Headhunting made me the man I am today. Thank you, Larry, for letting me do jokes in the middle of the day at 3 o'clock at Adam Jacobs above Grand Central, above Madison Square Garden in Herald Square. That was wonderful. Very few other bosses did that. My boss, Dan, allowed that, and I was actually really getting into it again, but it was Robert Half. And not Adam Jacob Associates, which was the boutique, smaller company. So thank you, Dan, for letting me do that too. That was nice. Don't appreciate you calling me a failed writer, but I understand that, you had to prop yourself up, the way that you did at the time. But, Dan had some New York edge. The funniest thing ever was our old boss at Remington calling him Mike Francesa, which is so funny because Dan was a know-it-all, blowhard New Yorker, which I thought was great. So, but again, in life, folks. Also another thing, a nice thing by Brendan Daly. I was dubbing on before, but he does speak lots of words of wisdom, and he said, I'm basically just pissed at him because when I was in Arizona, I reached out and thought we'd be able to hang out. I wanted to go to the gun range. Never been to the gun range before. Never back from him. So it upset me because, he had liked a bunch of my jokes forever. And, I respected him. And this was before, started getting buddy-buddy with Roseanne. And so, I always thought that he was a very, clear, lucid thinker. And I've always respected, his pro-Trumpian stances. But anyway, what Brendan Daly says is that your friends from high school, it's very rare. It's like 10% that you stay in contact with. So, but I had a big crew, that I did stay in contact with, more so than other people. I don't know why I was so intent on always trying to make those relationships into more than they actually were. But when I came out of my shell my senior year in high school, after I had hooked up with some Israeli girls on a kibbutz. So that was wonderful. And there was Ari, and there was Jared, and there was Koopy, and Kayam, and we went to North Avenue, we went to Cancun. We had a lot of fun times. My age of innocence was wonderful. I had a miserable year in 10th grade where basically I played by G.I. Joe's the entire year because Ari had socially ostracized me. But it doesn't matter. Who doesn't mind their childhood for comedic glory? And I think I'm going to quote the great Saul Bellow, great Jewish American, excellent writer, not funny, but excellent writer. And he says that I think he said the entire reason write a book is to exact perfect revenge or something like that. And then to also quote Roger Stone, who has no reason to be in jail right now, or to be ever have his house raided, and he said that hate is a better motivator than love, which I get. Hate, a lot of hate at me being discriminated against for being a Trumpian supporter and forcing me no other choice but to like write some books so I could throw my material out there, knowing that I kept on getting censored on my podcasts, on Twitter. I mean, there was no reason that the other guy, Michael Kornbluth, should be appearing anywhere in front of me. Now, I am at the bottom of the page, but give me a break. So my output is far exceeds him. And I'm an entertainer. Like, who gives a shit about a lawyer in North Carolina that's a humorist? Whatever. How funny can you be when you're making six figures since your early 20s? Case closed. This Doodle Dad Your podcast, dad-friendly entertainment for you and me. Have a wonderful Independence Day. Soak up the sun. Enjoy some kick-ass, high-octane, Fletcher personality, American-made IPAs. And I'll talk to you guys soon.